featuring ex-offshore and land-based pirate radio DJs every Sunday on your favourite radio station. Welcome to the Overflow Sunday service on River Gibbs FM.
Greetings, my friend. We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. And remember, my friend, future events such as these will affect you in the future. You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time,
Hello there, you're listening to Aural Delights, part of the Overflow Sunday service on River Gibbs FM. I'm Bob Osborne. Thanks for joining me. And I kicked off the show with a brand new single from Malcolm Hill and Live Flesh, all the way from Melbourne in Australia, and that's called Traces Remain, and you can get that on Bandcamp. Got a packed show for you, lots of new releases, so we'll move on very swiftly with Laura Loriga from her new album Viver. This is Black Rose.
It emerges black from eyes blinded by a line. It touches the air and stands like diamond amidst planetary cares. Black rose in a black rose. Won't you hide a black rose in a black rose? Won't you hide? Dark colors from a black rose, like a memory from a burned city. Black rose in a black rose. Won't you hide a black rose in a black rose? Won't you Won't you
Jointly based in Italy and the States, Laura Loriga is an excellent artist. I think this is her fourth or fifth album. It's called Viver. It's released on Ears and Eyes label, and that track was called Black Rose. I highly recommend it to you. It's very good indeed. Right, next up, a new artist on German Shepherd Records. They're from Leeds. They're called Ditch Swimmer. This is the radio edit of This Shouldn't Be Happening.
3:44 a.m. I am in dreams. man I have not seen for 26 years has soiled himself heavily and requires somebody to shower him clean. I'm just the man for the job, it seems. He's clarted up, as we used to say in the trade. This shouldn't be happening. This shouldn't be 3:45 a.m. I wake with a start. Half a dozen cockerels are crowing competitively, notifying the neighbourhood that dawn is due to break sometime soon. I live in a suburb. This shouldn't be happening. I remain awake. A troubled dog over Meanwood Way begins howling and moaning, long and loud, like the hound of Baskervilles. It goes on and on and on.
A remarkable new 4-track EP on German Shepherd Records by Ditch Swimmer called Foolish Vanity Project features Mark Stainton of Mesmer Disciples, Doug Aikman of Father Figures, and a guy called Jason Pick. I don't know what band he's in. Anyway, that was called This Shouldn't Be Happening, radio edit thereof. Very good indeed. Right, next up, a new album from Echo Response. This is called The Approach. on the Pax Aeternum label. It's called Triangles, and it's the debut album from Portland, Maine-based Echo Response, which is the solo endeavour of multi-instrumentalist Jason Ingalls. Very good album indeed. The track I played was The Approach. Right, now some post-rock, a band called Once Upon a Winter, an album called Void Moments of Inertia. This is Far End.
Loneliness is the suffering of our time. Even if we're surrounded by others, we can feel very alone.
Greek post-rockers Once Upon a Winter there, with the track from their new album Void Moments of Inertia, their fourth, and it was called Far End. To Metal Postcard now, and a band called Super Hit from an album called Pop. This is I Don't Like You.
From a point in space to the centre of your ears, the Overflow Sunday service on River Gibbs FM.
Someone turned out the light. extinguish the candle that used to burn bright, turn daytime into night. I used to make her laugh, repeating something dark, something that simply wasn't true. And the stories that she tells inspired me, but scared me as well. Wild imagination, but someone turned out the light, extinguished the candle that used to burn bright, turned daytime into night. But someone turned out the light, extinguished the candle that used to burn bright, turned daytime into night, continuously.
Another band from Portland, but this time the one in Oregon, C86 Sounds. It's described as super hit. The album is pop, it's on Metal Postcard, and the track I played was I Don't Like You. And then they're back, the wonderful Kammahav, with a new EP called 48 to 54 and a track called Fabulous Things. Back to German Shepherd Records now, and it's the Auster Boys with a new track called Estate Agents in Audis.
In my further adventures, the unstill world, still world, in Ashton by Oundle I discovered a hidden link between the World Conquer Championship and T.S. Monk. The richest family in the world scour the Northants countryside for fleas. They demolish hovels and build an idea of a bucolic idyll around a conker tree and an ersatz pub. They put up no entry signs and build fake country houses, endlessly trying to assimilate. Wild swimmers strip off at Wadden Hoe, naked joggers on the towpath at Yelvertoft. The Saxon is full of wild dogs, Afghans in Floray. Along the upper slopes of the valley, Stobartisation of the countryside continues apace. Vast banks of raw earth protect huge generic hangars with deep empty moats. What are they doing in there? Like nuclear bunkers, anonymity, blank, faceless. What are they doing? Estate agents in Audis, estate agents in Aldis, Afghans in Floray, Afghans in Aldis. The thumping of young starlings crashing into plate glass sliding doors heralds the coming of spring. Listening to the orchestra, the satellites are spinning while nearly reversing into RF Blount's Forest Van. 8 shaven-headed men in suits in a Victorian renovated pub, the stream of electric pumps, all drinking imported Italian lager on Temple Row. A man with a shopping bag offering bottles of perfume in a Romance language. Charity shop, closed, closed. Takeaway, charity shop, closed, closed. Bookie, shish kebab bar, takeaway, charity shop, closed. 8 shaven-headed estate agents in the joint stock, estate agents in Aldis, Afghans in Floray, out of Wilco's into Wetherspoons. Capitalist right-on hippie tech companies appropriating punk anthems from the north of England to sell false promises of privacy while I mine personal lives for profit. Mind your own business. Compare and contrast to good old boys in the garden of the Queen Adelaide discussing the difference between the 9 and the 9A, me duck. King's College, Battle of Northampton, Henry VI, Fotheringay, Ghostland photo, the Great Hayford Stink of 2021, Percy Pilcher, Victorian flyer, crashing to his death in a Northamptonshire field, a few yards from immortality. Estate agents in Floray, agents in Audis, estate agents in Afghans. Here the MS becomes illegible.
First release from Auster Boys in a while actually, but they're back in fine fettle with a single called A New Life, Daventry Calling, Estate Agents in Audis, and that was what I suppose you'd call the B-side, Estate Agents in Audis. Right, Johann Kloos has got some new music coming out, I think, on maybe an album called Deltacrom, but he sent me this track. It's called Night Bus. You can always rely on Johann Kloos to come up with some great tunes, and that was called Night Bus, and I think, as I said, the album is going to be called Deltacron, but I've not been sent any details yet, so if you're listening, Johann, send me the info, please. Right, from an album just out called Live Y in Dub, it's the pop group with a version of She Is Beyond Good and Evil.
like a dancing flame on a bed of nails. She's one thing that you cannot buy, with zero reasons for living. With zero reasons for living. I was born on a ring sound. Our only defense is together as an army of Keep strong.
Recorded live in Coventry, the pop group reflecting their recent work with Dennis Bovell and the dub reimagining of the Y album. Fine stuff indeed. You can get that on Bandcamp. Right, let's have another one from Loriga from the Viva album. This is called You Who Speaks.
Has left for other shores. All the missing lives have gone, not to return with.
Okay, there we had Loriga and You Who Speaks from Viva, and Super Hit again from the Pop album and Going Batty. Right, it's time for me to go. Thank you for listening to Aural Delights, part of the Overflow Sunday service on River Gibbs FM. Don't touch that dial, there's more great music to follow. I'm going to leave you with the combination of TFS and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard from a new release called Satanic Slumber Party. This is part 2 of that very release called Midnight in Sodom. Goodbye.
It's midnight in Sodom, the widows of Balaam, the banshees, Pazuzu, the Necro, the butcher, Lamia, Pandora, Babata, Gomorrah, Medusa, Gravac, the reekers of havoc. It's Friday night, my folks are out, satanic summer parties, what I'm talking about. So if you're craving something graven or pagan, you're scored. Just bring your toothbrush and your Ouija board.
I hear something. It's not nothing. I go fury, but you fucking good to me. I heard footsteps, so I go outside to see the last finger, like it flashes in the sky. There's an object, I try to breathe it inside. Is it Satan or is it baby in disguise? How about them looking straight into my eyes? Is this romance or am I gonna fucking die?
It's midnight in Sodom, the widows of Balaam, the banshees, Pazuzu, the Necro, the butcher, Lamia, Pandora, Barbatos, Gomorrah, Medusa, Trevavac, the reekers of havoc. It's Friday night, the power's out, satanic summer parties, what I'm talking about. So say goodbye to heaven, say hello to hell. We eat our victims and we shit ourselves. Don't forget